Okay, I'll go real quick. And I don't care about getting out social media and on anymore. Okay, that's the transition has went through. There's no reason for that no more. We're done. I've hit 75 or 80 cities, usually on a 3 day. I know how to do it, and I've did it too many times. There's no purpose in that no more. But I was seeing some girls dance by a bar tonight. Oh, if their mothers could just see them, they'd bawl, they'd cry. What that girl's representing right there. If their mom could see her out like I see her, okay? I even talked about my powders and their boyfriends and, using a boy against a boy and everything. But I said in that last video that I just did, on the other side, on Duval, over there, I walked over here now. Flagler Station's right over here, okay? Because I fill my water bottles, okay? I fill my water bottles. And I said, there's something missing. There's still supposed to be something on the end, because what I had just did is I just did that. I'm like, oh my gosh, boy, if people could hear this. And I'm not doing it no more. I'm not on social media and going out and all that no more. No more. But if people heard that, that's so important. Of what you just said about the mother seeing the daughter out, and then about boys, using boys and this and that. That was such an important statement that you made. I went ahead and turned the phone on. I said, I'll delete it tomorrow morning anyway. I will. I'll just delete it. Same with this one here or whatever. Or it's not even going out. Just do it and delete it, just so you can do it. So I did it. And I told you towards the end of it, there was something that was missing. I'm supposed to do one more thing. There's something, and it's almost really impossible for me to go back right there and grab what was right there. Because what had happened is I had already did that, and now I'm trying to turn the camera on and recreate it. And how important it is for you to catch it right when it's coming out. It's super important with this. As what I mean in the master roles, the big show. The last time I do this, using everything that I have, of everything that I have for my whole entire life, including the last 2 years, right up to the time that we start. Give it everything I have to make the best I can, then get it edited, where it can be put together on whatever is a DVD set, where people that choose to hear that information are able to purchase it, and they're able to learn that knowledge and that information because they choose to. Not that it's being given to them on social media where they can drift by it, but they chose to go buy it and get it. Okay? That's why I don't have any desire to try to keep on trying to get out no more. It just doesn't mean anything. I'm having an amazing time inside myself, just building and growing every single day, so far, so fast. My autism's gone, people. Every day is like probably a month of you. I'm taking so much in. Well, as soon as I walked away from that, I know what that last part was. And so I said, well, when you do water bottles, you always like being up here in the boats and everything. Just go ahead and kick it out, and you'll race it tomorrow. Well, it has to do with, I would want to talk to some people because that's kind of how I do what I do. And for these people to be involved in this, well, I would probably holler at my 3 mares down here. I mean, I got my 3 powders in the Midwest, but my 3 mares down here, they happen to all be female. I got Mare Heather. She's from Monroe County. And I got Mare Terry. That's the mare of my island. That's Key West. And then everybody knows that thing me and Sylvia had, Mare Sylvia had back in the day at the abandoned church right there below Key Largo when she rolled up in the XK. Everybody down here knows this. You guys don't know it up there. Everybody knows about me and Sylvia. So I've got my 3 mares, Mare Heather, Mare Terry, and Mare Sylvia. Hey, Jenny's, hey. Well, what I'm about to say is when you have people that write things in the magazines and try to tell people about the things there are to do on the island and about the island, and or it goes into media or it goes up to the States or online or anything, this is what happened to me, and it really happened recently, but I've been feeling it. My autism's been taking it. I'm going to go for the mares. I feel all that are coming to my island in the last couple of weeks. Okay? And next gen, yes, especially Valentine's Day. But for the high majority, the biggest, I feel people coming down here and getting their 80s on. I'm the one that gets to say that because I wrote the 80s. I'm the one that was there that made it. I know what it feels like. I would also add the people that are coming down here to the island, they're also putting a lot of freak in it that probably it didn't even have in back then in the 80s. Maybe it did. I would say so many of these people are coming down here and getting their 80s on and throwing some freak in it. And they're not doing it back up in their neighborhood where everybody knows what they did. Now, immediately, Mare Terry and my mares, I jumped right over from there. You mean what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, 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 no. What happens on the island, you leave your head up in the States and you bring your feeling and you bring your emotion down here that the island's pretty well going to take care of anyway, because if not one day, 2 days, your island. Unless you're so in head control of what is up there pulling you. 1 day, your island. 2 days, absolution, your island. Okay? No, what happens in Key West doesn't stay in Key West. What you want to do is leave your head at home, bring your feeling and bring your emotion, get your 80s freak on. And then it needs to go through your feeling and it needs to go through your emotion, and you need to run it through absolution, and you need to lock it up in your soul. There's no fiber optic from your head to your soul, and you do not take zero out of your head with you when you leave. I know this for a fact. It is what's in your soul, and the only way you can get there is through your feelings and emotions. That's why I can pull every day out of my life and give you the story of it where you feel it, because I took it in my feeling and emotion, not in my social conscience. I'm autistic. Okay? Our island, my island, the southernmost island, 0 Mile, that's Key West, baby. Bring your feeling and emotion and leave your head at home. Then what you take in down here, you process and you run through absolution and you lock up in your soul. Then you take it from our island and you take it back up there where you're from. And if you did it correctly in your feeling and emotion, I don't care if you're sitting at church on Sunday or no matter where you are, any second of any given day, you can pull that back out verbatim as if you smell the fishy salt water right now for the rest of your life. And when you pass, when you're gone off this earth and you travel forwards is what you do, you take Key West Island with you when you leave to the next. I cut that commercial up in Key Largo because I was on the dock and those two was 2-3 docks over. He was a big old beer belly. Laid way back on the lawn chair on the dock. Hell, I think she's probably cleaning up the dock right now. And she's very attractive in her bikini. But they've already had children. I know, I can feel it. And grandchildren. And they're down here. And you can feel they're settled in real well. And I think she's probably cleaning up the dock while he's laid back with his big old beer belly. And I like to put words in people's mouths. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this for you, okay? Because I'm catching all their feeling, and I can give you the real about what they're saying. They just weren't. Her to him. It's December. Him to her. Christmas. Her to him. Yeah, the kids. Him to her. They still live in Kansas City. Her to him. Yeah, where we lived our whole entire life. Him to her. How many more days I got? That's it. That's it. I said what they were saying because I felt it through them. And he's like, how many more days do I got before I have to get off this island and go back up mainland? I did it right there. I did it. But it says everything. It does. You're going to go island. Unless you're all trapped up in something up there where you can't, and that's so hard, that hurts so bad, because what are you doing to it? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And that's not what you want to do with this island. It's not what Flagler wants you to do. It's made to take back up there and infect everybody else with island. Because you know that, because you felt it when you was here. Hell, your island in 1 day or 2 days. And take that island back up with you. The only way you can do that is through your feeling and through your emotion. And locking it up through, and running it through absolution. So you don't make stories up about it, but you're actually saying this with passion and story to it and power. But you could say the same thing when you get back up there, or if someone asks you about it 20 years later, you're going to say it the same way because you're saying it in absolution. You're not making stories up. I love you, Three Mares. Mary Terry, Mary Heather, and Mary Sylvia. I love you. Yeah. What? Your mama told you about Paint Chip Day. And you know it, all three of you. Mama told you about Paint Chip Day. And she told you what happened if you head south and go the wrong direction with what you do with your Paint Chip Day. She told you how it's going to twist you up inside, Littles, and you can't ever get rid of it. You just, all you wish is you would have went that other way during Paint Chip Day. Mayor Terry. Hey, Mayor Heather. My Mayor Sylvia. And Property Lady.